The grace of God is attracted by humility. Geronda, I have difficulties in my struggle. Do you ask for help from Jesus Christ, or are you struggling alone? Have you told Christ of your weakness? You don't humble yourself. You don't ask Christ for help, and then you say, I have difficulties in my struggle. When one is humble and asks for help from Christ, He helps. Often man makes an egotistical effort, and this is why he gets no help. Throw your ego out, don't take it into account, and the grace of God will dwell in you. We wish to acquire sanctity by magic, but if we are in the wrong spiritual state, Christ will not help. Even if only a minimal amount of selfishness enters into the situation, divine help is obstructed. When I have the desire to be corrected, won't God help me to realize some weakness of mine? For God to help, one must have a desire to struggle. And when we say a desire to struggle, we mean that one must be willing to make some effort to overcome his particular weakness. If God sees even a little true will, He provides abundant help for man. He sends us grace in great abundance. That's how man enters the channel of God. Geronda, to what extent does God help us in our spiritual struggle? To the extent that we help God to help us. When you ask God for something and for a long time He doesn't help, you should know that there is pride. If we have passions, for example, gluttony, vain talk, anger, envy, and so forth, and in addition to that we also have pride, God won't help because we are obstructing divine grace with our passions. And even if we have only a tendency to pride in us, we still obstruct God from helping us. Though we may be struggling and perhaps praying more than is needed, it is out of the question for God not to help someone, unless there is concern that this person will become proud. As soon as the tendency to be proud is dispelled and a man regains his natural spiritual health, then God will deliver him directly from the passion which torments him, and will also reward him for his extra effort in the struggle. For this reason, in order for God to help us, we must help God with our humble thought. We should say, "Oh my God, I am such a useless person. Please forgive me and help me." Then God helps, because the soul entrusted into the hands of God with a good and humble disposition is entitled to divine help. We must believe that Christ and Panagia protect us and help us always, as long as we are of a humble mentality. Our God is not a thief, unable to hear us, nor is He blind, unable to see us, as was Baal.